Hi Scorpio, welcome to your mid-November 2019 general love reading. This is Mermaid Scales Tarot. Scorpio, before I get started on anything, I just want to wish you guys the happiest of birthdays. For those of you who had a birthday at the end of November, mid-November, I wish you a year of love, light, luck, and abundance. Happy birthday to my Scorpios. Alright guys, let's get this started. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and or stellium of Scorpio. This is not going to resonate with every Scorpio. The intentions I set before doing these readings is to say the messages that people need to hear the most at this time. So if these messages do not resonate with you, Scorpio, they're meant for someone else. I suggest checking your other signs in different placements because depending on the planetary aspects in the sky, those signs may resonate with you more at this time than your sun sign. Cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Scorpio. Just please keep in mind that I am picking up on both energies, and energy is very fluid. So if I'm describing a certain situation or scenario within the reading that the opposite has happened, the roles are reversed, please feel free to go ahead and reverse the roles. But because this is a Scorpio reading, I will make Scorpio the main subject of the reading. We all have divine masculine and feminine energies within each and every one of us. So, and during any of this time, if I say masculines or feminines, I'm referring to the energies, not the sex or the gender. If anything is sex or gender specific, I will let you know. Alright Scorpio, let's go ahead and get started with your reading. This spread is going to be about someone who you're connected with energetically, and really I'm going to focus in on how they feel about you, what they think about you, what they like about this connection, what they don't like about this connection, and what their highest hopes for this connection are, and what their biggest fears, are in regards to this connection. So let's go ahead and gain some insight. Let's see if we can spill some tea and get some clarity for you guys. Okay, when I was just praying and meditating, I saw a starry sky, like a very beautiful starry sky. So there's a couple things there. I feel like for some of you, you may have recently looked at the stars, easy as that, and that's some sort of confirmation for you. Maybe this is a time where the stars are really bright outside, or there's just a lot of them, or you're like in a part of the world where the stars just shine so brightly outside for you. I also have this feeling though that like you and this person who you're connected with have a distinct memory of you two either like stargazing or being under the stars or looking at the stars together, something of that sort. But I do feel like at this time, Scorpio, there's significant changes or significant movements within your love life at this time that are very significant, that are all part of your current life path at this time. So I would keep that in mind. If that's not for you, it's not for you. But let's go ahead and get started. Angels, spirits, and guides, how does this person feel for Scorpio at this time? How do they feel about Scorpio? Ooh, wow. Scorpio, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. I forget exactly who also had the Knight of Wands at the bottom of their deck, but some other sign recently did. Forgive me for not remembering, but someone is really enthusiastic about pursuing you and for really escalating the relationship or the connection that you two have. I'm feeling with this energy here, it's definitely someone has fire in their chart, but it doesn't have to be the case. But Sagittarius is here very strongly. Some of you could be Scorpio, Sagittarius cuspers. There's also Aries and Leo. Leo's also here strongly for some of you guys as well, energy. I'm feeling with this strongly that someone is really thinking about all the times you two have spent together. I feel like I'm hearing adventures, which is really interesting. I don't know if you guys have done things with each other that were very new to you guys. Like, you went on certain trips, you explored certain places you guys have never explored before, or it's just as if that feeling of excitement, adventure, you bring that to them. And because of that, it's almost as if they're just excited to see what's more to come of this connection. I'm not feeling this so much as a player energy, so if you guys are dealing with that, this reading may not be for you. I'm feeling this more as someone who's very captivated by you, who, although you guys have had so many experiences together, they want to even do more with you. I am getting this thing of someone definitely wanting to try new things, whether that is going to new places, but specifically sexually. They want to try new positions, new ideas, and some are definitely going to want to try out some, I'm seeing like a blindfold, some handcuffs, some light biting, scratching. So that's definitely a message for someone out there, or you guys have already done things like that and it's really excited them because they didn't do that with anyone else before. But I am feeling the most from this energy that someone's very captivated by you, Scorpio. They're very excited by the relationship you two have. But with this, how they feel for you is the Eight of Swords. So this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't know if there was a recent disconnection or they feel somewhat isolated from you in some way, mentally. I don't know if you guys are in communication at this time. It could be that you're not. But I'm also feeling like, Scorpio, someone feels like you may be more focused on either your work, your career, or someone from the past specifically that's karmically tied to you. It could be that recently there's been some sort of holding back. And this could be someone who's karmically tied to someone else as well, that's keeping them kind of distracted from what they really want to have with you, Scorpio. I don't know if this person has a child with someone else, or if this person has some sort of legal obligation to someone else in some way. I do have an energy that someone is trying to break free from someone because they choose you. I do feel like, in a sense, that someone definitely is all in their head about you, almost in a way of worry for the reason of maybe losing the opportunity with you, Scorpio, or just worried about how right now they feel like there is some sort of stagnancy, some sort of they feel stuck in some way, whether that is they're stuck on you in some sort of case, but I feel mostly that they're just worried about where you stand in the connection, or worried about where this is heading towards, and if this is really, if you feel the same way as they feel about you. There's some sort of question here, whether they don't know really how you feel, or they don't know what you think about them or what you think about this connection. And it's got them all distracted. It's got them nervous, worried, confused, conflicted. And I see that I don't know if someone, I'm picking up on this energy that like someone was worried after you two spent some time together, whether it was on a date or specifically after sex. I'm getting this feeling for some reason that there was some sort of interaction that happened within that specific time or moment where they kind of was wondering, how does Scorpio still feel the same way? I don't know if it was something that you particularly said or communicated that made them start worrying about the connection between the two of you. Let's go ahead and clarify this Eight of Swords energy. Someone definitely has like a necklace that has like a silver chain on it, whether you're wearing that now or it's just something that either the person you're involved with or you wear quite often. I'm just seeing like a silver chain around the neck specifically. I don't know, Scorpio, if you feel somewhat confined within this connection, or they feel like for some reason you feel some sort of a loss of independence in some way. For some of you, that's not going to resonate with all. Why is the Eight of Swords here for Scorpio? Okay. Yeah, so we have the Star, we have the Knight of Wands again. We also have the Hermit, Virgo energy, Aquarius energy, and we have the Seven of Cups. I feel like someone during this time really needed to heal spiritually, emotionally, in a way of something that has happened to them in the past that is preventing them from really displaying the affection that they know they have for someone. Really, because of and that could be the reason why, Scorpio, is that maybe you have pulled yourself a bit away because you know you want to be with this person. You see your future with this person and they envision it with you. And especially this person wants to keep on pursuing that. They want to, but I feel almost as if, Scorpio, they want to move at a faster pace with this than you do at this time. Or some of you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed at how, I don't want to say aggressive, but in a way that how fast they want to get things moving. Some of them may have started wanting to plan weddings or discuss weddings or discuss like moving in together, or maybe to the extent of even having children with one another, because they do feel like you are a part of their destiny. However, with the Hermit and the Seven of Cups, you could also be dealing with the Virgo, have that somewhere in your chart. It's almost as if some of you, they feel like you really withdrew due to their excitement or their need to progress at a certain pace, that you still were like, okay, I still need to figure some things out with the Seven of Cups. I do feel like a lot of you, again, have a lot of options in some way, whether that is career, whether that is literally other people pursuing you. I was picking up on that connection of some karmic, whether, again, Scorpio, it's on your end or the person you're dealing with end, but I do feel strongly it's on your end. That may be still trying to come back within your life, or that somehow they're still not healing from that in some way. So it's almost as if you realize that until there has been healing from what has been happened in the past, you can't propose or give or fully go into this full-heartedly until that energetic cord or that healing or that closure has really been needed. But I do feel you guys are working on that in some way. This could also, for some of you, be something involving family as well. I'm picking up on whether that was like some sort of family dynamics of being, I don't know why I'm hearing like the black sheep. Like some of you guys could have been the black sheep in your family. You guys were a bit ostracized because of the way you wanted to live your life, I'm hearing, for some reason. You wanted to follow your own path that may have been different from others or other people in your family, what they wanted for you. So it's as if, Scorpio, you're faced with this need to do what's right for yourself And within that, once you have done that healing, whatever it is, it's different for all of you. Whatever you've done that progression by withdrawing, by recognizing, and by healing, then you can pursue further the destiny that you too, I strongly feel you both feel this way. But they're worried because it's not going at the pace that they would like it to go, or they are just for some reason not seeing the excitement from you that they feel about the whole situation. But I know and feel that you guys want this, but there's some sort of need of closure or healing in some way that you need to do before this can really move forward. And what they think of you is temperance. So this is the card of Sagittarius. I also view it as the card of Libra for me as a reader personally. But they think you are, so for some of you, they definitely see you going through this healing, or they just have some intuitive nudge that whatever is making you a bit withdrawn from this person or a bit distant from this person is because you're doing some healing that's very needed in your life at this time. Some of you are definitely, I'm even getting a sense of physical illness, and if that's the case, I wish you all the best with your process of healing and recovery. But I am getting this sense too, Scorpio, they feel like you are this energy in their life that brings such stability, promise, calm. You are very level-headed when it comes to, I don't know, I get the sense that this person may just overthink a lot, not just in the relationship with you two, but with everything in their lives. And Scorpio, I feel like for some reason, some of you have really been through a lot of situations where you may have been in that energy before, worrying, anxiety, thinking, stress, but you have done the work that was needed to heal that type of mindset, to heal that type of thinking. And so they almost look to you, although some of you still have that need to do further healing, as we all do. Healing is always something we're needed. But they see that or feel in some way that some reason that you're a bit distant is because something's happening where divine timing is at play that needs to be settled first before things can really progress. But what I'm really getting also, Scorpio, is that some of them really feel like your presence in their lives just heals them. I don't know why I'm feeling like, again, with that previous karmic situation, it's as if some of them lost hope in love. Some of them lost hope, and I'm feeling with this karmic, whoever it is on whoever's side, there was betrayal, there was like toxicity I'm picking up on. But when you came into their lives, you showed that not everyone's out to serve their own needs. Not everyone is out to stab people in the back for their own gain. But you're very fair. You're very just. And that as also there's a lot of emotion and passion within you that you keep balanced. They never see you being overly aggressive. They never see you being overly emotional, but you're always in perfect tranquility with your passion and your feelings. And that was something that took a lot of work, because I feel before, maybe early on in your life, you were someone who was very quick to anger or someone who was very quick to upset. But again, there was so much healing and transformation from that that's really grown you into this being. Spiritually, you guys are very evolved. And they feel that. They feel it. What they like the most about you is the Ace of Swords. So that some of you could have like an air Mercury I'm feeling, or like an air moon in some way. Not all of you, obviously. But they like that you are very concise, you speak honestly, you speak with integrity. You're not going to lie to someone, you're not going to sugarcoat anything just because it helps someone feel better, because you recognize the importance of speaking your truth and speaking the truth. But I'm also getting that they feel like you're truly the person for them in regards to their love life. That they see the most victory with you, and that they're willing to be vulnerable, open, honest, communicative when it comes to you, Scorpio. And I almost feel like in their past, they were a bit... I'm feeling this sort of energy where they were in relationships where they weren't encouraged to be open and honest, almost as if I feel like some of them may have been gaslighted by their partners in the past, or their partners previously weren't letting them live their truth, live their honesty, to fit their own needs, their own ego. But again, like, I just feel, I don't know, like you're this like breath of fresh air for them in such a chaotic surrounding. And I even felt like a fresh air on my face as I kind of said that. I don't know if you guys have experienced that recently. Like the windows open or something like that. But they realized the truth that also you have their heart, and that you're not going to hurt their heart. You're going to speak your truth. And I feel like it's interesting because it's like how they feel as the Eight of Swords, like conflicted, confused, anxious, worried. But I think that's out of their own fear mindset, not really because they know that you are the one to communicate your feelings and how you feel towards a relationship in some way. And also, it's like for those of you who are a bit sexually adventurous, they love that too, because I feel like they've tried things with you that they've never tried before with anyone, and they loved it. I'm also seeing like someone, definitely, I don't know, someone out there definitely has like black leather, like lingerie, or if it's not even lingerie, like sex outfits, like that they dress up in when they're trying to seduce or whatever have you. It's kind of similar to what I was picking up for Capricorn, so I don't know if you guys are involved with Capricorn. I have Capricorn in your chart somewhere with that black leather. It could just be a black leather couch as well as what I'm seeing. So what they don't like about you, Scorpio, is the Fool energy. So this is interesting. I do feel like some of you could have like Aries or Aquarius again in your chart somewhere, or you could be involved with one. But it's as if they feel like you're constantly always doing something else to preoccupy yourself, or to expand your type of experiences, and they almost feel like sometimes they get left out of that. Like, I don't know if you guys go on, again, like a lot of trips you may have with them, but you may also do things on your own, like go on your own trips, on your own, like they almost feel somewhat left out sometimes by your need to go out and either like withdraw yourself so you can go and experience more without the need of having someone there with you all the time. I'm just feeling like a very independent energy coming from you guys, and they almost feel like due to that independence, They're just unsure if you would rather be alone for some. Others of you, I almost feel like there's a couple things here. Either they feel like there's sometimes in periods where you aren't in contact with them or you haven't talked to them in a few days, and they're kind of wondering what you've been doing, and then they like look on social media and they see you've been like out hanging out with friends or doing your own thing, and they just feel, I don't know why I'm getting felt like they're getting left out in all your, I don't know, new journeys, new adventures, new people you're meeting, new places you're going, almost as if they wish they could be there with you to enjoy that as well. But others of you, I almost feel like it's the complete opposite, where this person is the one to go off by themselves out of a way to retreat emotionally or mentally by not, you're the one that's always to speak your truth and your honesty and how you feel, but I feel like this person struggles with that sometimes. Sometimes they prefer looking at life through rose-colored lenses where, you know, if it's something too hard to handle or too difficult to talk about, they'll just go ahead and retreat in some way to go then regain that lightness, that happiness that they didn't feel from the conversation you had with them or the experience they had with them. And then you point it out to them like, hey, you can't just ignore this. You can't just ignore this factor that's detrimenting our relationship or connection in some sort of way. You have to face the music sometimes, and they almost don't like the fact that you are taking away that fantasy of them always living this lighthearted, careless life and really having them face the reality of situations sometimes. I don't know, I'm getting that someone may have like a snake tattoo or has like snakes somewhere in their house, in a painting. I'm almost seeing like that, like someone has a tattoo of like the snake of Erebus. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like that snake biting its tail. So that's something for someone out there. What they like the most about this connection is judgment. So I feel again that this is a strong soul connection that you have with this person. They feel like, honestly, the universe, God, whatever you like to label a higher entity, has decided that you two are soulmates, are each other's divine counterpart, and now it is the time to really start ascending this connection, getting it going. And I think you both feel that. You both feel that strongly. And I do feel like for a lot of you that this is the person that you will have a family with, whether that is through getting impregnated by or you having adoption. You guys may have talked about adoption for some of you. But this is the time where you both recognize this is the final call to really start escalating this relationship to where it should be, where you both know it is meant to be, that you two were divinely guided to each other to, I'm almost hearing like, to bring a legacy. I don't know if there's like some sort of bloodlines, some sort of ancestral curses or generational curses one or both of you have had inherited, and through this union of you two, you are going to bring about this legacy of renewing that curse, dissolving it for good out of the pure connection between the two of you. And at the end of the day, what I'm really getting is that they know that you're the one for them. They don't need any sort of other factor to persuade them otherwise. They just know that the final judgment between you and them is that you guys are meant to be together. So what they don't like about this connection is strength, which is interesting. This is the card of Leo. Again, you could be dealing with a Leo, or someone has Leo somewhere in their chart strongly. I'm hearing someone feels like the strength is waning. So I don't know if it's like due to someone's withdrawal, due to someone's independence or need for independence. They almost feel like the cord between you two, there's a risk of it being less and less durable as time goes on. But I don't feel like when someone's hearing this, they're like, why? You know, why would they feel that way? And again, I do feel like a lot of it comes from past habits. Again, I don't know, someone I feel who's listening to this has had experience of like childhood neglect or abandonment in some sort of way. And so when they feel as if someone's not reciprocating how they see it as reciprocating affection and love, again, everything's through perspective, it almost sends them in this insecurity of worrying about the future and having faith in the future due to really painful past experiences. Again, that's for some, not all. I think, Scorpio, they worry about your faith with this connection. And again, they just feel like although you're very blunt, honest with your words and how you feel things, they do feel some sort of withdrawal and some holding back. But they're still having that faith that this is just a period of time, that this is just all in divine timing before things can really flourish into what they know they have with you. They're very confident in knowing that you two, and subconsciously, I feel, at the back of their minds, in the deepest parts of their hearts, they know you two are meant to be together. But it's just this worry that they have and this fear that whether you feel the same. It's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the Strength card. Why is the Strength card here for what they don't like about the connection with Scorpio? Again, the karmic that one or both of you, or one of you could be dealing with, is a karmic connection that has involved a Leo or someone with Leo in their charts. The Six of Cups, what did I say? Someone from the past. I'm almost feeling too, with this, I'm seeing like a lot of alcohol in this imagery too. Someone could be dealing with some problems with alcohol, partying, overindulging. That, I don't know if there was like a fight between the two of you one time where someone was drinking too much and said some pretty nasty things or did some pretty horrible things. And there's almost this feeling like they're hoping that that's not, although whatever happened between the two of you in the past, there'll still be strength and faith in the relationship, or it's just a question of that, if that's really going to affect the outcome of it all. But again, this is just someone that also is hoping that through your past together, through the good times, through the memories of it all, of you guys, I'm just hearing like remembering the good times that you have all had, that will prove to hold the strength within this connection, and that the cord can still stay strong between the two of you. Their highest hopes is the Page of Cups. So this is, to me, it someone could definitely be dealing with another water sign, or you, Scorpio, can be dealing with another Scorpio as yourself, Pisces or Cancer. But that there's finally going to be communication between the two of you that's really from each other's hearts, that's going to take away any sort of doubt, any sort of tension or confliction between how the two of you feel. That I think it's just someone really providing the emotional validation that no matter what I'm doing, if I'm away from you, or if I'm doing my own thing, or if I'm doing my own healing, remember that I still love you. I still want to be with you. There's a connection here that's unbreakable. So there's no need to feel some sort of emotional uncertainty, or any sort of questions of being emotional vulnerable with me. And I think they just need to hear that, Scorpio. And I feel like as honest and clear and concise as you are in your communication, they need to hear words specifically that affect them in their heart chakra. This could also be vice versa, guys. Take it as it resonates. I also am picking up on an energy of someone who writes, whether that's journaling or if someone is a professional writer. I almost feel like for some, a very small amount of you, it's almost as if this connection between the two of you has really sparked someone's creativity and inspiration to create works of art through that feeling of emotion that they have within the relationship of you. Whether someone's really like, I'm hearing painting, writing, through music, someone's creating, that is all inspired by the connection between the two of you. And to really get that done for some of you, it's like someone's working on a project inspired by your relationship, and really also looking forward to completing that project and really getting it out there and known. The deepest fears is the Eight of Wands. This is interesting to have this in, but how I feel is that someone's afraid, of the speed of where things going, where maybe it's not someone's trying to foresight your divine timing, or someone's trying to take control of the outcome of the situation that they desire by aggressively pursuing relationships, or the evolvement of a relationship, when some things are still not resolved, when some things are still not having closure. I'm also, for some reason, I'm getting this feeling of someone's afraid about online interaction somehow, whether someone is flirting online, or some text messages that someone's afraid of. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. I feel like someone wants to look into someone's phone to see what they're doing, but again, I just feel like that's something out of insecurity and worry and fear, more than it is out of someone's disloyalty. And again, that could have been something, for a small amount of you, that was part of something that happened in the past with someone from their past. But I think they're also afraid of just losing out this excitement, this adventure, this passion, in some way, that all of that they feel towards this connection and this enthusiasm is somehow going to be lost, is somehow going to be gone. That it's at risk of being dissolved because of this feeling of being isolated. And maybe that you are more excited to pursue other things, careers, activities, hobbies, places that you just don't have plans of doing with them. Very interesting. So for the likely outcome of this situation and any advice for you going into December, we're going to go ahead and take that to Vimeo. If you're interested in seeing that extended reading, go ahead and check the Vimeo. The link will be in the description box. But before we go, Scorpio, I will pull a card of this person's energy to further clarify the situation that's currently between the two of you and anything that they may want to validate in regards to this reading. Spirit, how is their energy towards this person? How's their energy towards Scorpio at this time? Calling in your soulmate. With soulmate at the bottom of the cards, like I said, guys, they just have such a strong feeling that you're their soulmate in their life. I apologize for any outside noise. But that it's like they're still keeping this hope, they're still keeping this faith and this optimism. And almost as if I'm looking at the Strength card now and they're feeling like, instead of seeing it through the physical of having that validation that you feel the same way, they're relying on faith. They're relying on their visualizations and affirmations and prayers instead of really seeing it come to fruition through the 3D, through the physicality. But there's no question at all, Scorpio, that this person feels as if they have a soulmate connection with you, that you are their one. But in some way, they just feel like as if maybe, do you feel the same way? Or if you are on the same page, and maybe it's due to the different paces of how you want to take this connection, how they do. They're not realizing that you do feel the same way. It's just not in the same exact course of action or in the same exact speed of taking it that they envision. Alright, Scorpio, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comments box, and please comment, like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Again, happy birthday to my Scorpios. If you want to go ahead and take this to the extended reading so we see the likely outcome and any advice for you going into December, go ahead and check the description box. I love you guys, and I wish you all the best. Take care, my Scorpios.